Welcome, budding web developers. Today, we will embark on an exciting journey. We'll dive into JavaScript and React. These tools are essential for modern web development. Whether you're a hobbyist or aspiring professional, grasping these technologies is crucial. JavaScript is like the magic wand of web development. It brings web pages to life. React, on the other hand, is a powerful library. It helps create dynamic user interfaces with ease. Together, they are a dynamic duo. Are you ready to become a web wizard? Grab your coffee, put on your coding hat, and let's get started. This guide will be fun, informative, and hands-on. No prior experience needed. Just follow along, and by the end, you'll be amazed at what you can create. Let's warm up our coding fingers and dive into the world of JavaScript and React. Trust me, you won't regret it. Let's go. JavaScript is a programming language. It's used to make web pages interactive. Think of it as the brains behind the scenes. Without JavaScript, web pages would be static and boring. Buttons wouldn't work, menus wouldn't drop down, and forms wouldn't submit. Imagine a world where clicking Buy Now does nothing. Scary, right? JavaScript to the rescue. It makes web pages dynamic and responsive. It's everywhere. Browsers, servers, even robots. Learning JavaScript opens endless possibilities. Let's look at a simple JavaScript example. Open your browser's console. Right-click, then Inspect, and go to Console. Type this code and hit Enter. Congrats! You've just written your first JavaScript code. The console should display Hello World. This is JavaScript's way of saying hello. JavaScript is easy to learn and fun to use. It has a playful syntax that is forgiving to beginners. With it, you can create amazing web experiences. Ready to unleash its power? Let's continue. Before we start coding with React, we need to set up our environment. Don't worry, it's easier than it sounds. First, we need Node.js. It's like a tool belt for JavaScript developers. Install it from nodejs.org. Next, we need Create React App. It's a command line tool that sets up a new React project for you. Open your terminal or command prompt. Type this command and hit Enter. This will create a new folder named My First React App. It contains everything you need to start a React project. Now, navigate into this folder. To start your project, run. Your default browser should open. You'll see a welcome message from React. Congratulations! You've set up your first React project. Feeling like a pro already? Great! Setting up the environment is just the first step. Next, we'll explore the project structure. Ready? Let's dive in. Welcome to the React project structure. It might look complex at first, but don't worry, we'll break it down. Inside My First React App, you'll see several folders and files. Let's focus on the important ones. First, the public folder. It contains the HTML file. This file is what the browser loads first. It's like the entry point to your app, but you'll rarely need to change it. Next, the src folder. This is where the magic happens. It contains all your JavaScript files. You'll spend most of your time here. The app.js file is the heart of your app. Open it and you'll see some basic code. Finally, package.json. This file keeps track of your project's dependencies. It's like a shopping list for your app. Whenever you install a new library, it gets added here. Understanding the structure is crucial. It helps you stay organized. And trust me, staying organized is half the battle. Now that we know our way around, let's write some code. Section 5. Writing your first React component. Time to write some React code. We'll start with a simple component. A component is like a building block. You can think of it as a Lego piece. Many pieces come together to form a complete app. Open src/app.js. You'll see some default code. Let's replace it with our own. Here's a basic example. Import React from React. Function app, returns. Export default app. Don't panic. It looks more complex than it is. The line brings React into our file. The is our component. It returns some JSX. JSX looks like HTML, but is actually JavaScript. Save the file. Your browser should update automatically. You should see "Hello, React" and a welcome message. Congrats! You've created your first React component. Components make React powerful. They allow you to split your UI into independent, reusable pieces. It's like having a box of Lego blocks. How cool is that? Let's add some interactivity next. Section 6. Adding interactivity with useState. Now, let's make our component interactive. We'll use it's a special function or hook in React. It allows our component to have state. State is like memory. It remembers things between renders. First, import at the top of app.js, import React. useState from React. Next, let's add a button that changes a message. Update your function like this. Function app, const, message, set message, equal useState. Welcome to my first React app. Return. Hello React /message. Here's what's happening. Creates a state variable and a function to update it. We start with welcome to my first React app as the initial state. When the button is clicked, the message changes. Save and check your browser. Click the button. The message should change. Voila! You've added interactivity. Playing with state is fun and powerful. It makes your app dynamic. Feel like a magician? You should. Next, we'll make our app look pretty. Ready for some styling? Section 7. Styling your components. Let's add some style to our component. React lets you use CSS to style components. You can write CSS in separate files or directly in your JavaScript file. We'll use a separate CSS file for clarity. First, create a new file named app.css in the src folder. Add this CSS code. Div text align center. Margin top 50px. Button background. Color blue, color white. Border none. Padding 10px 20px. Cursor pointer. Button hover. Background. Color dark blue. Next, import this CSS file in app.js. Import app.css. This connects the CSS to your component. Save both files and check your browser. Your app should now have centered text and a styled button. The button changes color when you hover over it. Pretty slick, right? Styling is important. It makes your app visually appealing. Experiment with different styles. CSS is a vast topic, and playing around with it can be fun. Your app now looks good and is interactive. You're doing great. Ready to wrap up? Let's conclude our journey. Section 8. Conclusion. Encouragement and next steps. Congratulations! You've taken your first steps in JavaScript and React. From setting up the environment to creating an interactive, styled component, you've done a lot. Give yourself a pat on the back. Learning to code is like learning a new language. It takes time and practice. Don't rush. Experiment with what you've learned. Break things, fix them, and learn. The more you practice, the better you'll get. Remember, the coding community is vast and friendly. Don't hesitate to ask for help. Join forums, participate in coding challenges, and build projects. The sky's the limit. Now go ahead and explore more. Try adding more features to your app. Play with state, props, and more advanced hooks. Keep building and keep learning. Thank you for joining this journey. Happy coding, and may your code always be bug-free.